All right, people, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another video. And it is time once again for predictions. And I'm actually here relatively early. I mean, it was announced today, and it happens in 2 days. But usually I do it the day before, so 2 days early. I'm here to make some predictions for the state of play for February 23rd, 2023, of course, which happens on Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be live streaming them, just in case you are wondering. I'll be there live streaming. Hopefully nothing bad happens. I have no idea how long it's supposed to be. I don't know if they announced how long it was supposed to be. We do know that there's a couple of confirmed things. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League will be there, and they'll show 15 minutes of gameplay. So I'm guessing similar to like when they had that one state of play for Deathloop right before it came out, which was like around the same. It was like 15 minutes of gameplay and a few other things. But they also confirmed 5 PSVR 2 games will be there, which I should be getting my PSVR 2 tomorrow, which is nice. And there will be some indies and some iconic, not iconic, I'm sorry. So just some franchises. So some third-party franchise games and stuff. So some updates. So I wrote down some predictions. I couldn't think of any indies, so I didn't write any because sometimes it's hard to predict. That because if they're new games, it's just a little hard. So I wrote down some things. So let's get to it. I actually separated all the third party and stuff from and of course Suicide Squad from the VR games, because I think the VR games are going to be the majority of what we see. I just have a feeling. Again, I don't know how long this is going to be. It's going to be like 30 minutes long and 15 mints is dedicated to Suicide Squad and 15 minutes for everything else. Could be just like a montage of games. I have no idea. So let's get to it. Let's just start with Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I don't have many predictions for what gameplay they're going to show, but I have a feeling they're going to show everything that we already know about it. It's going to have a battle pass. It's going to be live service game. I'm just hoping they show that the game itself is not going to be plagued by just like what Avengers had, which was just like so much of that stuff, so many cosmetics. So I hope it's not like really ridiculous with it. It's gonna be in there. Hopefully, it's just cosmetic stuff. I trust Rocksteady to make a good game, so I'm hoping the game itself is really solid. It's looking pretty solid. I just don't understand why it's taken this long. Like Rocksteady's last game was 8 years ago, if you don't count Arkham VR. 8 years ago. By the time this comes out, it would have been 8 years since Arkham Knight. That's insane. And maybe we'll get to see a little bit more of Kevin Conroy as Batman. That'd be nice. Just a little. I don't know how long. I'm assuming Batman's not gonna be in the movie. I mean, in the game too long. I could see him being an early Justice League member you have to supposedly kill. I mean, I don't think they're gonna kill. I think that's just the mission objective. I don't think they're gonna kill any of them. I can see maybe some lower tier ones they kill. I don't think they'll kill Batman. That'll also be really sad if that's the case. The last time Kevin Conroy plays Batman, we get to see him die. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, but yeah, hopefully, I'm thinking maybe early in the game you'll fight him and then you beat him and you stop the mind control some way and then he becomes like a partner or something in some way. I mean, it would be a little weird if he is a partner. Maybe he's like weakened, he can't fight or whatever, but he helps in some way. That could be it. Or they kill him. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that could still be a thing. Who knows? But anyway, not many predictions. They're gonna confirm a lot of the leaks that have happened. Hopefully, what they show is better than what everybody's fearing it will be. Next is Resident Evil 4 Remake. I think we're gonna get another trailer. It would be nice if they confirmed. Like, I don't know if they've confirmed if there's any mercenaries in this. That'd be nice if they do. That'd be cool. I don't know if they confirmed that or not. Maybe show what's going on with Separate Ways. Obviously, Ada's in the game, so we've seen her, right? We've seen her, right? I think the back or whatever, like the back. No, we've seen her straight up what she looks like in the game. So we've seen her. So I want to see maybe a little bit of Separate Ways gameplay. Maybe a little bit more of what we're doing with Ashley when it comes to her gameplay. I'm expecting just a trailer. Hopefully we get because there's supposed to be a VR mode with this game, which I don't think is going to be, it's not going to be in the game when it first comes out, but I would like to see maybe a first look, just to see what that is. Maybe it's just going to be mercenaries or something. I have no idea. What I really hope we get is a demo. That'd be really awesome if they drop a demo. Because everything else has had a demo. Village got a demo. 3, 2 got a demo. Wait, did 3 get a demo? Yeah, 3 got a demo. 7 got a demo. Obviously, I had multiple updates to that demo too. So all the even like the Resident Evil multiplayer games have had demos and betas and shit. So I would be extremely surprised if this does not get a demo. So I'm hoping Thursday Shadow Drop. That'd be really awesome. Next, Final Fantasy 16. I think there might be something new there. I think they may have shown a little bit too much of that game at this point at State of Plays, especially because I think it's been there like maybe 3 or 4 times. So if it is there, I think it'll be brief, and I'm hoping also for a demo for this game too. I mean, it's like 3 months away or 4 months away actually. So I don't know if it's probably too early, but I was thinking like Final Fantasy 15 had a demo months before that game came out, so it could be like one of those prologue demos, you know. Even the last Final Fantasy game we got, which was Chaos, that guy. I think we got a demo for that like right when it was announced. I want to say wasn't like right when it was announced at the Square Enix E3 press conference for 2021. That sounds right, or whatever it was. Their thing. They announce it and then it came out that day. The demo. I want to say. I think that's correct. I don't know. But that'd be nice if we get a demo. Next, I want to see this game. I don't know if anybody remembers Pragmata. This is the game Capcom announced a few years ago at this point. I want to say 2020. And I think it was 2020, maybe it was 2021. But it was just a guy in like it looked like an astronaut suit, almost like a sci-fi like astronaut suit, and there was a little girl, and it was supposed to come. It said 2023. I want to say it said 2023 in that trailer, so we knew. Oh shit, that's like barely being worked on at this point, or it's like just ramping up or something like that. But it was a really cool trailer and it looked unique, and I'm down to see more of that. So hopefully we get to see that now, because it was supposed to come out this year, but I think it did get delayed until next year. But I think at this point we should see something of it. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I did write this down because I mean, it's supposed to come out this year. It would be nice if we got some, but I don't expect it here. I expect it at whatever Square Enix is going to do during E3. I think there's a rumor or something. I could have sworn I heard something that they're expecting to do one this year or something like that. They're going to do something. Square Enix Connect or whatever the fuck they call their thing. I think that's what Ubisoft calls their thing. So I expect maybe something here, but not gameplay exactly. Maybe just another trailer, because we got a very, very quick teaser a few months ago. Next is Stellar Blade. This is that one game with the waifu, and it looks like an action game. It was called Project Eve at one point, so I was confused, going like, is this supposed to be like a Parasite Eve thing? And then they showed the gameplay. I'm like, no, it'd be very strange if it was. So I'm gonna say we're gonna get a release date here. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be sometime in the first half of this year. Stellar Blade. It looks good though. It looks really good actually. It looks real good. But no, actually, like legitimately, it looks like a good action game. So that's pretty much it. If I had to think of like indie games, I have a feeling some of the indies will be a part of the VR section. But I also think like maybe we'll get Hollow Knight Silksong. I could see just a couple of really fun indie games, like maybe from past developers showing up, you know, from like maybe the Celeste game that's coming from the people that made Celeste coming next year will be here. I couldn't think of any indies. I didn't really want to look up stuff because I try not to do that. So it's just whatever I could come up with. I'm sure there's gonna be a bunch of indies that they might have a indie montage or something. They said they highlighted indies before third party in their press release, so I did look. I looked at that, but yeah. So indies will definitely be there. Now let's get to the VR stuff, because even though they said 5, I wrote down. I wrote down 6 things. The 6th thing might be involving something else. We'll get to it. All right, so. It was really hard to predict this. It really was. Especially since I think a lot of the VR games they're going to announce will be things that either we're not going to be too surprised by or not. It's not going to be hype. But they would really benefit from showing us some hype shit for PSVR 2. Because I feel like the release of that, which is tomorrow, it'll be a day after first when the State of Play is out. It'll be a day after launch. It would benefit if they announce some really fucking awesome stuff now. Because I think you could still order the PSVR 2 right now. It comes out tomorrow, which is not something that occasionally happens with at least a new console in a way. I mean, it's not a new console, but it might as well be in that realm, like a new console. Like the PSVR 1 was very hard to get at first. I had to wait on a line for hours just to get mine. Yeah, it's just not happening with this. Like the only place you can get it, it's not sold out, because you can only get it at the PlayStation Store right now. the online store. So I just wrote down they're probably gonna want a multiplayer shooter. They have a couple, but I have a feeling they want something really substantial. They do have Pavlov. I think that's a multiplayer game that comes out. I think launch. I think that there's another one, that Fire Team game or whatever, or Fire or something, Elite Squad. I don't know. It's called something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see something else. Maybe even a part of a franchise or something. So I just wrote down multiplayer shooter VR game. Just on a whim. This one would be really cool, considering I'm surprised this isn't a VR or a PSVR 2 launch title. So I think maybe the reason why is because they're gearing up for a sequel, but it'd be a little weird because they could just keep doing DLC for this game. Beat Saber 2. That's my guess. Beat Saber 2. That I'm just going by this because it's so weird that there's not another Beat Saber port for the PSVR 2. It hasn't even been announced, I don't think, at least. I haven't seen it. We have Synth Riders and some other, I didn't say Simp Riders before someone says Synth. I can't say that word. Music, whatever. And I think, Pistol Whip and stuff, but there's no Beat Saber, surprisingly. No Beat Saber at all. So I'm guessing Beat Saber 2 is coming. Some Beat Saber related. Again, I didn't look this stuff up, so if there's already a sequel confirmed or something, or they confirm they won't be doing anything like that or whatever, I don't know. I'm just going by, I'm very blank with this shit. This one, all right. I went a little crazy with the VR. I think they should really hype this up. They should really hype the PSVR 2 up. It would be very smart to. So I was thinking to myself, what could be really hype, but also unique for the PSVR 2? You know, not just like, oh, here's a port of a game that is popular. I have that. Don't get me wrong, and we'll get to that in a second. But I was thinking, we gotta put something that would be really hype. So I was thinking, what franchises could they make into VR games? Of course, they already did Horizon. Of course, they have the Dark Pictures coming, which is not one of their franchises, but that's coming. Switchback, which I was hoping that would be a launch title, because that'd be the perfect launch title, but it's not. And I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the obvious. Ape Escape, baby. Bring it back. Ape Escape VR. Come on. You're the guy, what's his name? Spike? Is that the kid? You're whoever, and you got the fucking net. You're trapping them. Come on. That's amazing. That's a great choice. Ape Escape's back, and it's VR, baby. Dude, if Samba de Amigo can come back, Ape Escape can come back. Come on. You know I'm right. You know I'm fucking right. Now, of course, that's not the obvious choice. I did write that down. Ape Escape 2. Ape Escape 4. Why am I saying 4? VR. Jesus. The real one was a very obvious one. Some sort of Last of Us VR. I don't know if it'll be a new game, if it'll be just a VR mode for Last of Us Part 1 or 2, which would be hilarious and stupid as shit. Or something, maybe its own experience like Horizon Call of the Mountain. But I would not be surprised if we got a Last of Us, this is my prediction, Last of Us Stories, where it's a VR game series where it's different episodes involving characters in The Last of Us. Not maybe not characters in the games, but like people in the world of The Last of Us dealing with shit. Imagine seeing a clicker in your face in VR. That's all I'm saying. And there'll be still really emotional stories. You have to sneak and do all your stuff, and you could craft. Just think, dude, there's no way in hell that's not happening. There's no way in hell. No way. There's no way in hell there's not a Last of Us VR coming. Tomorrow, it might not be announced, but in the future, it will definitely happen. So, all right. And then the last one, until we get to the sixth thing I want to bring up. Half-Life Alyx, baby. Now, this one, I have a feeling is going to happen. There's a lot of rumors about this, and there's no way in hell the PSVR 2 couldn't handle this game. PS5 could handle this. PSVR 2, I keep hearing, is an amazing piece of technology. Half-Life Alyx would sell this thing so hard. Because, I mean, right now, to play Half-Life Alyx, you need a great computer. You need a $1,000 Vive to get the full experience. $600 PSVR with a $500 PlayStation. I mean, that's a little over $1,000, but if you already have a PS5 because you want to play the games, then it doesn't matter. I mean, same thing with like computer. If you already have like a $2,000 computer, I guess you're okay. But that's still cheaper if you really want to play Half-Life Alyx than if you had a really amazing computer and a really amazing VR headset. You know what I mean? And I know you could probably play Half-Life Alyx on lower settings if you don't have the best computer, and also play it with maybe like an Oculus Quest. I think you could finagle it or whatever. But if you want the best experience with it, you need to pay a lot of money. And Half-Life Alyx, I hear is a fucking premium title for VR. And there's no way in hell, Half-Life Alyx isn't coming to some other console in the future. And the only one I can think of that makes sense is PSVR 2 or PS5, because there's nothing on Switch. And Xbox obviously doesn't have any VR shit, at least not yet. I mean, it'll be a little late to start now, but I guess VR is getting more and more popular. Just like I feel like it's getting more and more popular, but like slowly. You know what I mean? Like since 13 when the Oculus Rift came out or something like that, it's just been getting slowly more and more popular. And it took a dip here and there, I would say, like probably a couple years after PSVR 1. It took a dip, but then the Oculus Quest, of course, made it fucking skyrocket, especially with 2. And now we have PSVR 2. So obviously Sony thought it was worthwhile, and a lot of times they're like, this isn't worthwhile. There's a lot of times where they're just like, nah, let's not do that or whatever. All right, so my sixth thing for the VR is, I just wrote this down. I think there will be one shadow drop. Now, I don't think it's going to be any of the games I mentioned. Maybe that multiplayer shooter. I could see Beat Saber 2 would be awesome if it even exists. Ape Escape, Blast would be amazing. That's not gonna happen. But I think it's just gonna be a game that I don't know about. I can't even think of one really. Maybe a platformer. Oh, an Astrobot game. I mean, that should be out day one for PSVR 2 if that's the case. But an Astrobot, like, you know, just like with the PS5 had that Astrobot awesome little game. And of course, Astrobot is amazing, and Astrobot, Playroom is awesome. And then Astrobot is awesome. Of course, that's a full-fledged game. That should be a mascot for PlayStation, just period, is Astrobot. I don't know why they're not, like, making Astrobot their big face. Like, it's a cool little robot guy, and everybody loves him. Everybody loves Astrobot. Who the fuck doesn't? When the PlayStation 5 came out, everybody loved Last of Us. Astrobot. That was like, oh man, you know, these other games are cool. Demon Souls is great. I was about to say Demon Slayer. Demon Souls is great remake. But man, that Astrobot game is cool. Anyway, so there you go. That's it. So real quick, just a brief, rundown of everything I said. Resident Evil 4 Remake with VR first look and demo maybe. Final Fantasy 16 demo. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, a new look at it. Maybe just another trailer. Pragmata gameplay finally. Suicide Squad. Of course, we're gonna have 15 minutes of gameplay, and it's gonna go pretty in depth. Some indies, of course, just throw that in there. Stellar Blade, a little bit more gameplay, maybe a story trailer and some sort of release date. And then multiplayer shooter VR game, Beat Saber 2, Half-Life Alyx, baby. The Last of Us VR in some form. Ape Escape VR would be amazing. And then a shadow drop for the PSVR 2, just to maybe make it a better package. I don't know why they wouldn't just release it launch day though. So that one's probably not gonna happen. And if it does happen, it'll probably be something smaller. But something will be shadow dropped. I have a feeling for PSVR 2. Maybe Gorn. I think Gorn comes out next month though, so probably not Gorn. Maybe an experience like an Astrobot would be really cool. So anyway, there you go. That's it. That's my predictions. Let me know what you think. What are you predicting? Huh? You predicting God of War 58? Last of Us 17? Huh? Abby's back. She's pissed. She's coming after Joel's skeleton. Anyway, there you go. That's it. Bye.